Hello folks, it's Smokin' Joe Gamer, and this is another episode of Holiday Buying Guide 2025. Today we're going to be checking out Doom Dark Ages. Today is Monday, December 29th, so Christmas is over, but you still got some gift cards, still got some cash, and there's still plenty of sales going on. I believe this is on sale on every platform, so check it out. Alright, so let me just get right into the game. As you can see, I didn't beat the game. I'm on level 7, but I'm going to go back to this stage. That way there won't be any major spoilers for you. So this is the PC version. I turned on Ultra Nightmare metrics so you can see what my hardware is and what my performance is. So there, it's all right there for you to see. Now let me show you my settings. So it's being recorded at 1440p 60. That's what I have set here. So I've got Ultra Nightmare settings with DLSS set to quality, 1440p resolution, uncapped frame rate, no path tracing. I believe the game just has ray tracing on by default. So those are my settings. If I turn on path tracing, I'll get 20 FPS. If I try to do 4K right now, I'll take a pretty big hit to frame rate. So this is the sweet spot for me, and they did a good job of optimizing this. This is about what the game would look like on the Xbox. I believe it's rendering at maybe 1440p on the Series X. Oh, I didn't make it. So yeah. So if I were to lower this to like high settings, then I think that's exactly what it would look like on the Xbox. But keep in mind that I'm capping the recording at 1440p anyways, so. All right.
Valen, with the Slayer guarding the barracks, we'll take the airships. Rally at the priest signal.
So let's go find some demons to fight. What do you think? Don't worry, the Doomslayer's here to do your job for you. So I did a video of this game when it first came out where I just played the first level, or maybe the first 2 levels. But this is a later stage. So you can see there's a big emphasis on parrying and blocking. You've got a shield, you can throw the shield. You've got some melee attacks there. So I've got some weapons that don't show up until a few missions later, but one of the things that's great about this game is you can go back and replay early missions and get to use all your awesome gear. Here's the super shotgun. And then you've got basically a nail gun, but then you can switch to the impaler. So every type of ammo has 2 guns that use it. And then weaker demons tend to drop health when you kill them. And then I've also got the Cycler, which is kind of like a plasma rifle. And then I can switch over to this other one, you see? So you can easily switch between 2 different guns of the same category. But it's still Doom. You got to pick up health and armor and ammo. But one of the best things about this game is that it's got all these new weapons. So sure, you've got your shotgun, but now you got the Impaler or Shredder, Accelerator, and Cycler. The Pulverizer grinds up these skulls and shoots chunks of them at enemies, which is pretty neat. So this is the default difficulty, hurt me plenty. So I'm not good at parrying, so I actually made that easier. So I'm not really that good at this game. It just might look like it only because I lowered the settings a little bit. So I want to show you that real quick. If you go over to, you've got so many accessibility options, and as a matter of fact, it won an award at the Game Awards for accessibility, which I thought was neat. So let's see here. Yeah, so if I go to, I'm on Hurt Me Plenty, but I gave myself a larger parry window because I'm not very good at it, as you can see. Yeah, but I mean, everything else is default settings, and I've died a few times, but the game's really not that hard, and you do get extra lives, so you can, respawn right where you were standing. So a lot of the game is just learning what to counter, or how to counter things. So here's the chain shot. This thing is pretty cool. So I like these kind of medieval weapons. You've got this combination of medieval and futuristic. Now, I have no idea what's going on in the story. The story is complete nonsense, but it's a Doom game. Who cares? You gotta rip and tear, man. That's the whole point of the game. You just gotta kill them demons. That's it. It's Doom. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't even need a story. The original games didn't really have much of a story, did they? And here's a new thing that you can do where you can launch yourself up. Now you gotta find gold so that you can buy upgrades and stuff. That's important. And you solve puzzles usually just by punching things or whacking them with your shield. And there's secret areas, of course. Nice. Yeah, there's secrets all over the place. It's Doom. So, let me see here. It wants me to go there, but of course I can't remember how to get there. Look, so here's another secret right there. So I thought this would be a good stage to do because it's early enough where it's not going to spoil too much for you. But you do have a good balance of like platforming, puzzle solving, and combat. I prefer this over Doom Eternal. I didn't like that game that much. I thought that one was really complicated and difficult. And I thought there was just too much emphasis on weird kind of parkour stuff. Oh. You can see there's some pretty basic puzzles. But I think they do a good job of balancing it out. That's all.
Occult energy.
There. Oh. So while this is the PC version running on a mid-range desktop with some older parts in it, I was actually impressed with how well the Series X runs the game and how good it looks. So you still have your finishing moves, which is important. Get some health and ammo back. There's no chainsaw, at least not yet. Yeah, so you can see you get all that health back. Weapons can be upgraded, so you get money, rubies, and other things to upgrade them with. And I'll show you that once I get to one of the upgrades shops.
You're almost outside. There's a path through the tombs nearby.
And I would say I'm not seeing like a lot of texture pop in or anything. You have pretty good load times. They're barely perceptible sometimes. So let's just focus on killing some demons. So you just got to be constantly on the move, just like every Doom game. And sometimes you got to run away to get healing and stuff. So the game's as hard as you want it to be. There's, you know, all those adjustability sliders. So fully adjustable difficulty, which is great. I wish more games did that. I think if you want to encourage or even require parrying, there should be a separate difficulty slider, because I'm just not good at it. Oh, I hate these things. Okay. He's dead. Yeah, you have all different types of enemies, and you gotta learn how to counter their attacks. Some enemies have armor. Some have attacks that the game wants you to parry. But you really gotta utilize your shield to block damage and stuff. That's always important. Okay, so the Sentinel Shrines are where you go to upgrade your gear. So I wanted to just show you this real quick. So one gripe that I have with the game is that a lot of these upgrades just don't seem that useful, and they would only activate under certain circumstances. So let's say I want to do that. Also, a lot of the upgrades are expensive, so you really got to be careful about what you pick. And then, you know, so you have different melee weapons. You have either the gauntlet or the flail. And there's a third one. I'm guessing it's a chainsaw, but we'll see. So I don't know. And you get these different upgrades for your shields and all your gun upgrades. So I thought you'd want to see that. Like, I wish the game had more meaningful upgrades, and I wish they weren't so expensive, but what are you going to do? So you can see, very basic puzzle solving, but it's fine. Like I said, I think there's good pacing here. You fight a room full of demons, and then you get to do a couple of puzzles, and then you're fighting demons again. Very fast-paced.
Mobilize the Slayer's dragon. Marking the Slayer's hut now.
I really like the music, I like the graphics, I like the art style, I like the gameplay. And like I said, I don't know what's going on in the story, and I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm having fun. Yeah. So I just really love this game, I gotta tell you. I recommend it to any fan of Doom or Quake or any of the old school first-person shooters, but it has, you know, modern updates that were introduced like in Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. So weapon upgrades. You can get increases to your maximum health, maximum armor, maximum ammo. So this is basically a nail gun. I think it's cool. But I can easily switch over to this and yeah, so yeah, I love it. In Doom Eternal, I was constantly having to run away to find health and ammo. I was constantly running out of ammo. And then you got to use the chainsaw, and it's like, no, this is just better. It's an easier game. It's faster paced. There's less platforming. I think it's better. This feels like Doom to me. Now, some of the stronger enemies do have quite a bit of health, unfortunately. So, yeah. There we go. And look, now I'm already... I had to run away, but then I got back in the fight. You kill weaker enemies to drop health for you, which is good. So... yeah. So when you fight stronger enemies for the first time, that's how you get permanent upgrades. But in that case, it just gave me all my health back, so you can say I almost died a bunch of times, but I also have 3 extra lives, so I don't have to go back to a checkpoint or restart the entire stage. So... oh yeah, see, look, and then you got these invisible enemies who try to mess with you. It's like, I saw you, buddy. You got nothing. You cause a shockwave when you land, which is helpful. So very fast-paced game, but you can see my computer's running it pretty well on the settings that I showed you. I just can't really do path tracing, and I mean, and who can? You know, you need like a $1,000 graphics card or $2,000 graphics card to get that. So this gun does good against energy shields, but other guns do well against regular armor. Look at that. very satisfying. Like, the sound design is excellent, you know? Like, it's the sound of the gun firing, the sound of them getting destroyed by it. It's just great game design, great graphics, great music. I like the level design. Some of the levels are kind of big and kind of long, but they're kind of non-linear as well, so you can do things in different orders. So sometimes they're like, oh, hey, go do these 5 things, but do them in whatever order you feel like, which is always nice. Yeah. Oh. So, I really, really enjoy this game. I really recommend it to fans of the series. There's no multiplayer, but it doesn't need it. Who cares? I don't. So, okay, and this is a boss fight. These guys are a pain in the ass. There we go. See that? How cool is that?
Aviary unlocked. Clear the Slayer's launch pad.
There we go. So then it tells you, you know, all the stuff you found, all the stuff you didn't find, but they want you to replay the levels, and as you saw, you can replay earlier levels with later game stuff, and then it's more fun and it's easier. Execute a 3-hit melee combo. Oh, see, I didn't do that because I had the wrong melee weapon equipped. And then you get different skins. It's like, yeah, who cares? So that's the game. I don't want to spoil too much of it for you. Let me load up this stage so you can just get a better look at some outdoor areas and stuff. So then there's one level where you're in a giant robot, and it's like a kaiju kind of thing, and it's actually pretty cool. It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. You're just punching giant demons inside a giant robot. And then there's another stage where you're flying around on a dragon that has guns attached to it, and that's pretty neat. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Whoops. So there's some really neat gameplay, really neat puzzle solving. And I just love that they created all these new weapons that are really fun to use and really fit the theme of what they're going for. So, a lot of cool stuff you can do in this game. I really enjoy it. But see, I'm not sure how well this would appeal to like Battlefield or Call of Duty players. You know, I don't think Fortnite players would be into this at all, but who knows? What do I know? So here you go. Here's a nice outdoor area. Look at the mountains and the water, the puddles. With path tracing, we'll get slightly better looking water here, but you don't need it. I love doing that. And I mentioned already, it's a good mixture of like medieval and futuristic. There you go. I blew it up. And you get more secrets than you can shake a stick at. You can climb certain walls. You got these awesome particle effects. Enemy variety. The game can get really chaotic sometimes. But, I mean, that's kind of what you expect from Doom. And look, you got these giant enemies in the background. Like, I love all of the stuff you can see in the background. All the fighting going on. Oh, look, it's one of these bozos again. Yeah, I just got all my health back. See that? So, yeah, this is what I like, too. You see these, like, huge demons fighting robots in the background. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. It's wild. It's chaos. It's Doom. It's great. So, there you have it. I have nothing but positive things to say about this game. Other than upgrades being very expensive and sometimes completely meaningless. But if you replay the levels, you get more money, I think, and then you can upgrade your stuff more, and yeah. So, plenty of replay value if you want to go back and find secrets. So it's just non-stop action for the most part, with a little bit of puzzles, a little bit of story mixed in. I keep repeating myself because I ran out of things to say, but I don't want to stop playing. You see, yeah, I'm still missing the parrying sometimes, but that's all right. There. See? I did it. Wow. So there you go. Just a gorgeous game. Fun game. It's not for everyone, but it's for me. I like it. Alright. I gotta end the video somewhere, but hopefully you have a much better idea of what this game has to offer, and you can decide if you like it or not. And the Repertorium lets you go in and just set up, you pick like an arena and you have waves of enemies that come in, and it gives you access to like all of the weapons in the game, which is cool. So, but anyways, folks, I'm gonna cut the video off here, and you know, stay tuned for more videos. Consider liking, subscribing, following, whatever. And you can follow me on Blue Sky, and I do Twitch streams for RP Gamer. So, all right, see ya.